Mizuki and Shuichi want cool names similar to Ophelia Dusk and Odin Dark. That probably wouldn't be too hard. That wouldn't be too hard. Mizuki Might and Shuichi Sleuth. Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the Zenith. Toon Link, Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalicars. Few know me as the man who's ready to take a trip under the sea, but to most in the United States, welcome back to another phenomenal episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games, and we're back on the road to EV Mania. We're back, and I hope you guys know what is in store for you today in the Hunger Games. Well, you see the title, the thumbnail. I was thinking about thumbnail, but title came first. So I was like, that's a better word. It's Shark Appreciation Day. So today we got all of the folks here with killer instincts, or people who might be like pool sharks or loan sharks, or you know, the general gist. We're appreciating all the sharks today. You love those sharks, and they're not all like here to feast on your limbs, and they're not here to do that. We're celebrating them. Fish are friends, not food, shark. We love to see all that. And here's everybody who's present today. We got Nane, Aichiaki, and Mizuki, the Mets, Brute Force, Tinko, and Mana. Do you remember Ryoko? And wife, Bob Squad, Chie, and Mahiru, Mama. And Daddy, Midori, and Hiroko. Seeking Justice, Taka, Dojima, Friendly Fisticuffs, The Great Gozu, and Kuramada, United We Fall, Kaito, Mitarai, Unhealthy Obsessions, Cory's in the house with Kanan. Pinky in the Brain, Kotoko, Nagisa, Offspring of Chaos, Gundam, Official, Beauty Sleep, Chiaki, Ganyu, Sugar Daddies, Izioi, Karia, Concealed Blades, Sayaka, and Edelgard, Royal Shepherds, Sonya, Crom, Unhinged Commanders, Munakata and Dimitri, Broken Braids, Kyoko, and the Riding Shogun, the Himbros, Hero and Beat, the Mathletes, Yasuke and Quark. Trial your new Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions, Celeste, with Pennyworth, part of the trial. Accident Prone, Mikon and Sumia, you're relatively new. Tag Team Champions, Usami and Boss, representing Alice in Wonderland for Alice, who's just vibing out today. The Detective, Shuichi and Licorn. Pancake Palooza, Mondo and Sato. Nothing to report, Chisa. Gatekeeper, Trapper and Trappee, Nagito, Setsuna, Titty Typhoon. Ibuki and Lumine. Rock, Paper, Scissors sees Now and Jack. Book Club sees... It's funny seeing Jack and Toko right next to each other. Lamau. And Shincho, Minimimaru, Minimoto, and Mitarai. I'm not Mitarai, that's wrong. Mitarai's all the way up there. Minimaru. Baked in Blood, Ruruka and Reina. Well-traveled, Rantaro Paimon. Samurai, Woman, Peko and Sarah. Daring Devotees, Kazuichi, Oda. Ultimate Hopes, Makoto, Azuru. Legwork, Yui, Yuta. The U Squad. Romance is Dead, Makikaye, Day. Soldier of Fortune, Mukuro, and Naoto. Something in the Water, of course you had to have them for a shark-themed episode. Hina and Beto. Lacking Compassion, Monica, Ranger. New Era, Marie, Batogami, Deep Fried Chicken, Teru Teru, La Senora, Promotion Pending, Natsumi and Uzuki, aka Pinky, and Affluent Progeny. No Jin today, but we do see Togami, and we do see Ningguang. And... I mean, I guess we gotta do what we do best, don't we? What we've been doing all season long. And in 3, 2, 1. I'm not gonna dilly-dally. I'm not gonna say your comments are important. Like, they are important, but you know. It's hit so much recently. We just had a 1-episode break. Are we gonna continue with this break? 1 in 10 chance. It's hit at pretty much every chance at this point, but let's go ahead. Let's spin this bad boy, and will Alice in Wonderland be forced to defend thanks to the Mets? Will it be all about the Mets today? Will it be all about the titles today? Let's find out, and we will see. No, it will not. For a second, it looked kind of close, but then it was like, no, let's skate all right past that. We're chilling today. It's just a normal tag team episode for a spot in that finale. So, make your picks first, second, and third. Now I can say your comments are important, like this one, that one, and that one. And on this road to AV Mania, baby. You know, we gotta be and we're celebrating Celeste. She capitalized on many people's darkest day. Kaito losing that title so soon. So soon. Didn't even have a week to celebrate it. But Celeste said, hey, I'm gonna take this one. I got this for the squad. Appreciate it. However, we must keep going. We must go on. I'm gonna make my picks. You guys are making them in the comments. Give me the trial for first. Even if I jinx them, they're going on. It doesn't really matter. So give me them for first. Give me Royal Shepherds for second. And if it's a shark-themed episode, I'm kind of feeling Seeking Justice for third. And do remember, Red Team, they're not really that far back. Let me take a step back. I was about to be like, Red Team's struggling. Red Team is truly and sincerely struggling. They are struggling. They are. But they are not. They're not in last. I mean, they're in last, let's be honest. But they are not like in like super duper last. The Feast still could have one of those double events, triple events, any of those totems that could cause the points in this round to go crazy. Will any of those pop up? We will have to wait and see. But you won't have to wait too much longer. Because it is time to start this thing. And you know the only way we can start this bad boy off is by. And that is to... Oh, Pablo, my son, my baby boy, how are you doing? Is that healing up alright? I hope it's healing up alright. You bought me some pop... Why'd you bring me some popcorn? You have a message. From that cretin? Alright, well, let me read it. Go and get it. Thank you. How did you get this? Mail? Thank you. And I assume thank you, Kazuichi, for being a respectable gentleman this time, a decent leader, and sending it through the mail instead of viciously assaulting my sweet baby boy. Let me get my reading glasses real quick, actually. Hold on. Hit my mouse. Thank you. Dear United States Aviator, you cretin. Well, thank you. That's a great way to start that. Thank you. Thank you, Kazuichi. Thank you. You issue a challenge on who you claim to be the most undeserving champion of champions. That he didn't earn his title shot, Kaito. Well, I mean, like, you know, he didn't earn his title. He really didn't. Sakura gave it to him. Like, you know, I applauded him finally getting a win, finally getting a title. I mean, like, you know, the singles champion, you know, it was great, but like, let's be honest, Sakura gave it to him. Let me finish. Challenging such a fresh champion, and when he's forced to defend the title, is blasphemy. And the title somehow, someway falls into the hands of your squad, from the hands of the entourage. I smell foul play. Foul play? If there was foul play, a member of the entourage would have never held the singles title this season. That ain't a prediction, that's a spoiler, Kazuichi. Anywho, let me finish your message. Foul play. Ah, yes. So to your challenge, for my champion, I issue a challenge to your champion, the liar, the murderer, and the despair-ridden fiend, versus the glorious... Don't you use my words! Don't you dare! The glorious Crazy Hiyoko Extra Large, the phenomenal Samugi, and the gorgeous girl genius Yu of the extended entourage, in a 6-woman tag team match. I mean, like, okay, like, that's fine. I'm okay. I can deal with that. I do. Now hold on. I don't think Kazuichi knows what he's gotten himself into. I mean, like, he's got Crazy Yoko Extra Large, he's got Mew, and he's got, like, Samugi. That's great, but we have a serial killer, the one who caused the most awful tragedy in the history of history, and then, like, does he know what he's... And the champion? The champion of champ? He doesn't know what he's doing. Pablo, you didn't just give me a letter, you gave me a gift. You gave the squad a free win at not WrestleMania, I'm sorry, AV Mania. You know, my guy? I think we're gonna roll you today. Don't mind if we do. And we shall. Not just one toss, but 2 tosses to see, oh, my guy. You can stay up here for today. Pablo, my son, the catalyst that sparked AV Mania. I'm proud of him. And you were assimilating for the spiciest of RNG. Not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not even 4 times, but I said it once and boy, I'll say it again. For the spiciest of RNG. I believe it is time to re-simulate a grand total of 5 times. 5 times, are you ready? Well, if you're not, you better get ready. We're scrolling down and we are going to proceed 44 competitors? No, 44 teams, I believe. 44 teams. And we got a whole show to get on the road, so let's proceed on with this action. Horn bearers, you know what to do. You do what you do best, and would you please sound the horns. Oh, thank you, Horn bearers. Thank you. We will not dilly and dally and belabor this because we got a show to get on the road. Ryoko was spacing out during the dice roll and wonders if the die landed on a 1. You know what? That's pretty in character for her. She probably saw the whole thing, just forgot what it rolled on. Didn't write it down. Ruka seals Rantaro inside of an explosive barrel and rolls it over to Hina and then shoots it. Hina dies in the explosion, but somehow, someway, Rantaro makes it out unharmed. Maybe he's the ultimate lucky student. Minami Moto begins working on a plan to overthrow Monokuma, Mikan, and Karia. Bury Makoto in the snow and leave him there to die. How could you? How could you? The Great Gozu runs away from the cornucopia. Ibuki rides to the arena on a unicorn. Goodness gracious. Gundam uses a shovel to kill and bury the champion of champions, Celeste. Well, you know, she's still champion. Marie and Kurumada agree to kill each other last. Liko finds a rocket launcher, a huge one at that. Mahiru watches with envious Peko and Taka kiss before leaving the cornucopia. Scandalous. Sayaka finds an invitation to the... Who's leaving those around? It doesn't please me to do this. But in fairness, she found it fair and square, so Sayaka, you are indeed in the World Pancake Championship match. Do I hope you win? Not really, but you know what? You're in it. Edogar runs away from the cornucopia. Mama watches with envious Oda and Shuichi kiss before leaving the cornucopia. Ningguang, Chie, Pennyworth, and Kanan share everything they gather before running off. Kotoko runs away from the cornucopia. Raiden Shogun grabs a backpack and retreats. Izuoi runs away from the cornucopia. Maki enters the arena via skydiving. Unfortunately, the parachute didn't open and Maki falls on top of Mitarai, killing them both. Mitarai, you're a fighter. Opening match at AV Mania, that's fine. That's fine. You can win there. You're fine. Natsumi runs away from the cornucopia. Dojima enters the arena, changes his mind, and immediately leaves. You know what? That's fair. Genocide Jack severely injures Mukuro and leaves her there to die. Togami bashes Quark's head against a rock several times. Poor boy. Monica ignores the games and goes looking for food. Beto grabs a backpack and goes. Retreats. Vomino. Yasuke decides to head back to the cornucopia to gather what could have been left there during the bloodbath, but when he finds the middle of the arena, the cornucopia, it just ain't there. Pinky begs for one of the weapons that Nagisa's picked up. He reluctantly gives it to her. That's my employee of the month. Helping Pinky out. La Senora runs away from the cornucopia. Kaede finds a book titled To Cook Yuta, Beginner's Guide. Yuta is both amazed and horrified at the level of detail within this book. Naoto and Midori immediately become friends. Naoto. Huh. You know what, Midori seems nice sometimes. And you know, he did nothing wrong, so I mean, like, Tinko runs away from the cornucopia. Kazuichi runs away from the cornucopia as well. Fischl realizes that dying doesn't mean anything in this endless cycle of despair, so she's gonna live it up this game. Kyoko and Izuru threaten a double suicide. It fails and they both perish. Chiaki forces Sato to start singing Please Give Me Wings. Paimon begins working on a plan to overthrow Monokuma. Beat finds Nagito in the cornucopia, but Nagito kills him. Rest in peace to Beat. His heartbeat has stopped, in fact. Sonia finds a bag full of explosives. Now, she just is like, opening ceremony, no thanks, no thanks. Plays video games with Chisa instead. Vike grabs Yui by the leg, smashes her against the ground repeatedly. By the time he finishes, Yui is completely pulverized. Xingqiu uses a shovel to kill and bury Satsuna. There's been a lot of shovels at this cornucopia. There's been a lot of shovels and burying. Corey takes a loaded shotgun from the supplies, fires at Mondo. Mondo dodges them all in slow motion. Reina runs away from the cornucopia. Usami and Mana fight each other, but accidentally end up killing one another. Goodness gracious. Ganyu and Lumine decide to have a competition to see how many Komodo dragons they can kill this game. I hope that you both kill as many as possible. Crom runs away from the cornucopia. Munakata gets that kitchen knife. Teru runs away as well. Toko finds a teleporter, teleports herself right behind me. Togami of the Fat Variety finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Dimitri stays at the cornucopia for resources. Hiro comes to the arena to capture Mizuki, a dangerous killer that has escaped from an insane asylum. Boss finds some AB-shaped popsicles inside of the cornucopia. Ranger finds a wizard robe in the cornucopia and puts it on. Mini Maru runs away from the cornucopia. Sumiya finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Gatekeeper and Nana Achiaki agree to kill each other last. Kaito is like, none of this is real. Absolutely not. Sarah grabs as many weapons as humanly possible in case a 1 was rolled today. We started and ended in the exact same way, but we will go on to day 1 to see what else unfolds. As Rantaro makes a slingshot, Ganyu kills Edelgard with a shot put ball. Rantaro sees this from the distance and he's like, huh, I don't like that. Ningguang catches Fat Togami off guard and kills him. Paimon finds Shuichi's hat, puts it on. Monica dyes her hair gold. Sarah puts on a pair of stutter shades, increasing her aesthetic level tenfold, making both Munakata and Kaito envious. Yasuke dyes his hair gold. Golden Yasuke. Super Saiyan Yasuke. Izioi and Natsumi look for more people to become friends with. Ryoko almost falls off a cliff, but is able to earthbend her way to safety. You're an earthbender? She forgot how to use it. She's not gonna remember for the rest of the game. Karia sips on apple cider. Kotoko and the Shogun are sitting in a tree. KSSING. Boss starts to go crazy. Uh-oh. Hazuki receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a sword. Gatekeeper collects fruit from a tree. Ibuki tries to sneak attack Nana Achiaki, but Nana Achiaki catches on and runs away. Yuta's leg gets caught in a bear trap. Mikan gets a sickening smile and repeatedly punches Yuta to death while he is incapacitated. Togami berates Crom for hours. Crom thinks that he and Togami actually grew closer that day. Taka is ready for the year that Sato, that might have been last year. Although she won the World Pancake Championship, so she just might have good years all around. Ranger reminisces about Season 1. Togami tries to sneak attack Kurumada, but he catches on and runs away. Fischl, Shuichi, Liko, and Corey talk about their hobbies. Hiro, Chie, Teru, and Genocide Jack play cards. Vike, Momo, and Kanon hunt for other tributes. La Senora reminisces about the Season 2, the Versus season. Avi forces Toko to work at the arena supermarket. Avi swears and despairs. Well, I mean, like, Genocide Jack works there, so I'm like, you know, Toko, you basically work there. Gundam and Sayaka thinks this is a great opportunity to score free food from her. Sayaka, you're not allowed. There's a no shirt, no Sayaka, no service thing going on there. Nagisa. I guess it would be, it wouldn't be, if it was no shirt, no Sayaka, no service. That means if you don't have a Sayaka, you can't come in. So I guess it would be just no Sayakas allowed. But no shirt, no Sayaka, no service sounds funnier. So we're gonna leave it at that, and people are gonna be like, I'm coming in with my Sayaka. It's like, no, you misunderstood the rules. You miswrote the rules. Forget about it. Get out of here with that thing. Nagisa decides to lend me a hand and kills the Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena, and that's why that man is my employee of the month. Never forget that man. Always in my heart. That's my guy. Chiaki's got that, those stutter shades, increasing her aesthetic level tenfold, making Nagito and Uruka envious. Oda spins so fast he becomes a human Beyblade. Chisa, Pennyworth, Mondo, Grey Goes who play cards together. Mizuki and Kaede play tricks on Tinka while Midori steals from her room. Minimoto asks Peko if everything's okay. Marie plants flowers around Beto's grave. Beto screams from behind her, hello, I'm still alive! Marie is simply sus for now. Xingqiu makes a deal with Now. Dimitri reminisces about the year of the Ascent. Sonya uses their special attack on Kazuichi, the Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did no damage. Sumiya, Reina, Mahiru, Naoto track down and kill Lumine. And Minimaru feels like there's a duck watching him. Goodness gracious. But we only lost 19 of our 88 competitors, I believe. So about a quarter of the competition. Not too bad. Not too crazy. As we had a Clear Day Loon 4. Hina, Makoto, Celeste, Maki, Mitarai, Dojima, Mukuro, Quirk, Kyoko, Izuru, Beat, Yui, Setsuna, Usami, Mana, Edelgard, Fat Togami, Yuta, Lumine. We'll see everybody's statuses. That was honestly a lot of blue and just a couple of red now that I'm thinking about it, but I guess there were, it might have been split 50-50. It couldn't have been split 50-50. It was an odd number of people. But we'll do a slow scroll, see everybody who's left. We're not even halfway through this competition, you guys. Not even halfway. Not even halfway. We didn't lose a quarter of the competition yet. 25% of these people ain't gone yet, but we do have a couple of teams that are completely out, like Ultimate Hopes, Legwork. It might just be those two teams. They struggled, unfortunately. Most teams either have 1 or 2 people in, but as I smash my fingers against the microphone and hope that didn't peak too bad, because I surely won't notice that in editing. Let's go ahead. Let's proceed. Let's see what unfolds as we go to night 1. The Great Gozu starts a dance party. Oh, and it's the best one that there's ever been. Good time was had by all. Nothing bad happens. La Senora submits an application to join the squad. She sees all of the squad versus entourage action going on. She's like, I wholly and sincerely hope the squad comes out on top. And you know what, La Senora? We appreciate that. Pennyworth throws a Molotov at Chie. After the fire dissipates, Pennyworth is somehow perfectly still okay. You know what, La Senora? You kill Sayaka this game and maybe we'll talk. Chiaki is going to need a lot of therapy after this Hunger Games. Paimon sings a romantic song to Minami Moto. When the two begin to lean in for a tender kiss, Paimon notices Rantaro, her tag team partner, filming them, in which she says, "Gosh darn it, tag team partner, goodness gracious." Ningguang, Genocide Jack, and Mama ambush Kaito, but Kaito's able to fend them all off using only a broomstick. Kurumada cuts off both of Monika's arms. Well dang. Sonya challenges Avi in Battleship? I sink Sonya's Battleship because you can't beat me in Battleship. Dimitri spends all of his perks maxing out luck. Liko ties Ranger to a rocket and launches it to space. Sarah tries to treat her infection. Togami's allergies keep him up all night. Kazuichi tries to sing himself to sleep. Pinky lets Vike into her shelter. Pekka was too cute for this world and ascended to a different plane of existence. You know what? Fair. Mizuki and Shuichi want cool names similar to Ophelia Dusk and Odin Dark. That probably wouldn't be too hard. That wouldn't be too hard. Mizuki Might and Shuichi Sleuth. Mahiru lets Reina into her shelter. Fischl and delivers an intense motivational speech to Natsumi and the Shogun, inspiring to give it their all these games. Mondo asks Yasuke to help him go to sleep. Yasuke lifts Mondo onto his shoulders, dropping Mondo's knee onto his head. Mondo's out cold. He got hit with that go to sleep. If that were AV Mania, he might be down for the count. Karia. His unknown sponsor is me. Do I sense some bias here? Heck yeah, I love that man. Sayaka refuses to leave an injured Sato's side. Where in the world is Beidou? Don't know. Let's see. Chisa runs into Avi's words and despairs and jumps onto a giant Monokuma plushie and falls asleep. Me, the ultimate Jinx, comments how well Taka's doing. Marie walks up to Taka and says, "That's rough, buddy." Boss spins off Munakata, Ganyu, and Mikan away from her fire throughout the entire night. Nagisa tells Nani Aichiaki a bunch of useless fun facts. Kaede sneaks into the back rooms of Yoko's items and misfortunes, but unknowingly gets seen by Gatekeeper, an employee of the Gatekeeper. I love you, my guy, but you really can't be working like Gatekeeper. That's Yoko, Gatekeeper. My guy, that's Tag Team Ride or Die, Gatekeeper. Like, what are you doing? That's not okay. That's not okay. Don't do that. Stop that. Toko and Kotoko stare each other through the crackling flames of their campfire, the thought of murder on their minds. Minimaru confesses his love for Midori. Midori gives him a look of disapproval. He's like, "I don't date robots." Oda befriends a Komodo dragon wearing a small pair of aviator goggles. Hate it. Hate that. Don't do that. Get out of here with that, Oda. Tenko and Nagito huddle together for warmth. Ruruka stands outside of Naoto's camp with a candy pail. Naoto gives Ruruka a king-size candy bar instead of like a stab to the chest, thank goodness. To build each other's trust, Krom and Xingqiao decide to do trust falls on the very first instance. Krom steps aside and lets Xingqiao fall to the ground. Unable to get a fire going, Ryoka Ibuki and Hiro are forced to huddle together for warmth. Izuyoi, Gundam now start fighting, but Gundam runs away as Izuyoi kills now. Rest in peace as Sumiya climbs into an exosol. We have another day to get through. As Gundam who works for Yoko's items and misfortunes, everyone who I love is betraying me today, which happens to be hiring. Sumiya is horrified when Ganyu goes to a job interview. Ganyu, you were on the same page. You were trying to kill Komodos this game, and now you're working for Yoko's? Whose side are you on? Minimaru deliberately jumps off of a cliff. I feel that. Kaito receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a box of chocolates. Teruteru feigns death, but Maurice sees right through it and actually kills him. He's no longer feigning. Midori, Kori, Jack perform a fatal air combo on the Great Gozu. La Senora joins the Mistletoe Warriors, a group that's waging war against Mistletoe during any other time of the year besides December, although it is almost Christmas in July. Places a bomb next to the river to explode some fish. Minamimoto makes a slingshot in a feat of strength. Chisa crushes Karia with a boulder. Ryoko screams Karia's name in anguish. Izuyoi sees smoke rise in the distance and decides not to investigate. Mikon accidentally blurts out the fact that she likes Sato in an opposite way. Sato's like, you know what? Okay. Me too. Togami commits Sora. Shincho. Kurumada, Munakata, Monica, and Vike look for other people to kill. Nagisa is confused why there's a pink Home Depot in the arena. I don't know my employee of the month. Don't go work there. Chie receives medical splash from the secret admirer. Naoto is making Kanon angry. Naoto's not gonna like Kanon when she's angry. Kazuichi plants flowers around Sonya's grave. Sonya screams from behind him, Kazuichi, I'm still alive! Kazuichi simply says, for now, we gotta protect Sonya, apparently. We gotta protect Sonya. Tenko drives up to Maki Donald's, wants to get an ice cream. Unfortunately, the machine is broken. Raiden Shogun gets a hold of my soundboard and starts playing the Ben 10 theme song? Okay. Rantaro joins the Mistletoe Warriors. Ruka sees a completely pale Fischl washed ashore to Lake Unmoving, revives her with CPR. Kaie Day is ready for the year the Mondo. Sayaka has balloons. Azuki comes on and pops them. Sayaka proceeds to kill Azuki for destroying her balloons. Ibuki gives Pennyworth her blessings to marry Kotoko. They're both confused. They have no idea what the heck she's on about. Mahiru reminisces about Season 2. Natsumi is trying to overthrow me. Fails miserably but survives thanks to Yasuke. Paimon throws a cup of coffee at Beto. The scalding hot liquid kills Beto. Goodness gracious. Boss, Ningguang, and Hiro band together. Fend off a pack of starving wolves. Mizuki reaches her hand towards the screen. The Watcher is in safe run. Naniacha defeats Liko in a fight but spares his life. Dimitri and Reina play tricks on Taka while Shuichi steals from his room. Taka notices what's going on and in a fit of rage murders them all. Goodness gracious. Nagito sees Oda holding a meeting with Sarah, Gatekeeper, Chiaki, Crown wishes for immortality, promptly disqualified for cheating, and Toko finds a yeet ball as we go to 13 more gone. It's a terrible Claire de Lune 4. Ranger, Peko, Now, Minimaru, Teruteru, The Great Gozu, Karia, Panky, Beto, Dimitri, Reina, Shuichi, Chrome, and we'll see everybody's statuses. We are down to some 56. We still have a pretty big game. One arena event could change that, but you know, it's pretty slow pace as opposed to the last time we were here, and I think we had like a day one arena event. We're vibing this time. We're absolutely vibing this time, and I'm here for it. But you know what else I'm here for? I kind of actually want a little bit of popcorn. I didn't get to eat any during the dice gag because I was reading the letter. But you know, Alright, that's good. I got a little bit more in there. Good. I ain't gonna be the last time I eat some of this episode. That's tasty. Let's keep going. That's good. Let's proceed. Tonight too, Ningguang is hot and bothered because Oda set Ningguang on fire with a flamethrower. Yep, that'll do it. Vike is gentle with Gundam. Tenko uses the spirit of the Great Pumpkin to change the arena back to October. Kaito and Mikon fight Kotoko and Chie. Kotoko and Chie survive. Well, yeah, one's a master of the dark arts and a former champion of champions, and the other one is Chie, who can kick you literally to the moon. She got those legs. She could have been on team legwork as well. Shincho grabs Kokichi by the throat. Goodness gracious, Kazuichi tried to set up a trap, but unfortunately ends up trapping himself. Maybe you should have enlisted the help of the trap master. Nagisa and Mahiru get lost in the coldest part of the arena. Nanayachiaki Ganyu and Yasuke comment on what they find nice about one another to improve the mood. Sarah eats a sandwich to fully restore her health. Natsumi tries to treat her infection. Nagito buys a house. He can have parties every week. Liko slices at the champion boss's eyes, she's blinded. Izuyoi slices at Genocide Jack's eyes and she's now blinded. Kori fires a truth bullet at Monica, it exposes her lies and pierces her heart. That sounds like death. The Shogun also buys a house. She's like, huh, I'm tired of my my mind space. I'm going to buy a house. And now she's having parties every week. Shogun! Shogun! Sayaka turns out to be a clone of Munakata, and Munakata was the original Sayaka all along. Kaede somehow steals every item in Minamimoto's camp without being noticed. Mizuki finds a discarded dimensional scythe. It's lost its abilities for opening portals to the despair dimension, but it works very well for slicing a hero to pieces. Yikes. Yikes, we have some that work in Orteal. Yikes. Togami steals Sumia's first kiss. Marie shouts from afar, is that a JoJo reference? La Senora reminisces about the year of the Horizon. Toko rolls a nat 20 on intimidation and gives Fischl, Chisa, and Naoto heart attacks. That's a nat 20. I'm intimidated too. Taka's unable to start a fire soup without warmth. Chiaki, Ryoko, and Ruka tell each other their pet peeves. Kanon reminisces about season 7. Sonia hums quietly. She's like Kurumada and Rantaro hold hands. Thinking quickly, Sato constructs a homemade gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Mama goes to the Love Hotel with Daddy. No! My worst nightmare! But somehow wakes up next to Paimon. That's confusing. Ibuki tries to enter the secret underground casino in the arena but gets turned away by the bouncer. Pennyworth and Mondo get onto a balcony, watch the stars together, and Gatekeeper fell out of the world. Well, you wanted some beef for some reason, Gatekeeper. I hope he's in 3 hopes. I haven't played it yet. I own it. I'll play it soon. But I hope he's in 3 hopes. Day 3 begins with Marie seeing smoke rising in the distance, decides not to investigate. Raiden Shogun gives her blessings for Boss to marry. Huh. Sarah. They have no idea what the heck she's on about. Kazuichi dies from hypothermia. Minamimoto asks Natsumi if she likes boat leading Natsumi, going on a tirade about how much she loves boats. So Minamimoto was like, no, you're dying. Screw these boats. My hero, Sumiya, and Sato and Rantaro raid Nagito's camp. Oh, he's hunting. Genocide Jack uses her signature move to kill Momo. Goodness gracious. Ruka sees Kotoko holding a meeting with Nagisa, her tag team partner, makes sense. Midori and Togami, those two don't make too much sense. Taka, Shincho, and Toko perform an absolutely glorious air combo on Yasuke. Oda collects fruit from a tree. Liko is being a clown. Kurumada camouflages himself in the bushes. Munakata doesn't want to live on this planet anymore. Chie breaks down and starts weeping for an unknown reason. Spike tries to console her. Mondo also breaks down for an unknown reason, and La Senora tries to console him, but Kaede, She's buffs, and Izuyoi falls into the pit but somehow lives. Tinko uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of Kanon. The spell works because there's nothing to suck out. Ganyu, Sayaka, Gundam hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. Of course look who's there! Of course I'm not coming! Chiaki suddenly exclaims not to Komodos for every reason in particular. Ibuki uses her secret technique, running away. Ryoko defeats Kori in a fight but spares his life. Sonya confesses how much she has come to hate Pennyworth. Pennyworth says, huh? The feeling's mutual. Mizuki attempts to climb a tree but falls on non-AI Chiaki, killing them both. Goodness gracious, that team was out in a blink of an eye. Paimon also finds a yeet ball. Another 14 are gone. We're slowly but surely making our way through. After this, Claire de Lune, 4. Ningguang, Kaito, Mikon, Monica, Hiro, Fischl, Chisa, Naoto, Gatekeeper, Kazuichi, Natsumi, Momo, Mizuki, non-AI Chiaki, and I did not mean to click it that soon, but here we are. With a Control F. We're at 42. Still a pretty large game, 40 competitors, but I can go by in a blink of an eye with an arena event, and then the feast will be there, and we could be a saving grace picks for all I know in the next round. We still got Tinko, all of Do You Remember, all of the Bob Squad, Daddy, from Mama and Daddy. Seeking Justice saw us Taka, Friendly Fisticuffs saw us Kurumada, Unhealthy Obsessions completely in, So is Pinky in the Brain, Gundam survives, Beauty Sleeps completely in, Izuyoi is still around, so is Sayaka and Sonya. The Raiden Shogun and Munakata both are still in, Yasuke, Pennyworth, and Sumiya for their teams, Boss, Licorn both in, but Pancake Palooza's completely in, Nagito remains for Trapper and Trappee, Ibuki's around, Genocide Jack remains, all of Book Club is still in, Minamimoto is still here as well, Baked in Blood still sees Ruruka, Well Traveled's completely in, Sarah remains for Samurai Woman, Oda for Daring Devotees, Romance is Dead sees Kaede, Marie for New Era, Deep Fried Chicken La Senora, and Togami Singles Agents of Chaos wants some tag team glory today, but we still gotta make our way. We still gotta keep on keeping on, and as we proceed, we will see that Nagito and Boss get lost in the coldest part of the arena. Vike, Chiaki, Kurumada find the Triforce. They each take a piece for themselves. Vike, the Triforce of Courage. Chiaki, the Triforce of Wisdom. Kurumada, the Triforce of Power. That kind of sounds right. That kind of sounds right. Maru uses night vision goggles to navigate the arena. Sumio, stop being selfish. Ruka, Munakata and Chie enter a scrum debate with Licorn. Kanan and Pennyworth argue over who the best boy in Danganronpa is. The Shogun's allies keep her up all night. Sarah confesses her love for Gundam. Gundam lovingly embraces her, accepting the confession. Who would have thunk? Jack receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Shingcho disowns Sayaka for being a disgrace to the family. That's my guy. That's my guy. That was my first C6. That's my guy. That's my boy. My hero. Tries to do her infection. Tinko's about to die, but Ryoko says that doesn't count. Kotoko introduces Nagisa to her long-lost twin, Kotoka. Are they a trio now? Is their team a trio now? Kotoka and Nagisa all confused like. Midori finds a big red button, presses it immediately. Fortunately, the button doesn't do a thing. Toko catches Kori with a giant box of comically placed banana peels. Ganyu finds La Senora hiding, then comically slaps her, meeting Moto. Starts a dance party. Sonya, Sato, Kaede join. It's a good time held by everybody. Taka locks Oda in a coffin, buries him alive, but Oda manages to escape. Yasuke is killed by Mondo before he can go to the planned meeting he had with Paimon Rantaro. And Kotoka have a pose-off. Kotoko wins. Togami cuts off both of Ibuki's arms. She's armless. And Izuo eats a whole turducken and hopefully can walk it off during the game. It's day 4 as Shingcho does a cool skateboarding trick to amuse Paimon. You love to see it. La Senora wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. Kori overhears and kills La Senora for asking for the impossible. You know what? True. On a scale of 1 to 10, Avi, how much do you hate Chiaki? This is AI Chiaki? It's low. I don't know if it's a 1 though. I might give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2. Maybe even a 2 or 3. 2 or 3. I'm gonna give it a 2 because I don't like hate Chiaki, so I don't want to put a 2i. But like, you know, that is Chiaki. You know, she's great. Everybody loves her. But it's Chiaki. I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2. I give it a 2. Kotoko catches Pennyworth crawled up in a ball, rocking back and forth, sucking his thumb. It seems like he's lost it. Chie rests in her fruit tree. Togami dies from an infection. Rest in peace. Taka hopes Avi doesn't jinx him. We'll see about that. Marie, Jack, Ruka hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. That's not a thing. Get out of here with that. Execution for you. You get an execution. You get an execution. Ruka, you thought you were safe. Wait for it. Wait for it. Execution for you too. Gundam plays patty cake with Tinko. The Buki mistakes the year, the Zenith for the year, the Ascent, and you know what? She's out of here for it. You know, it's because Asnir was covering the sign. She was like, is that Ascent? No. It ain't. Sonya works for both Avi's Wares and Despairs and Yoko's Items and Misfortunes because she's an extreme debt. What? I guess the princess gig isn't paying off. Mondo overhears Ganyu and Sayaka talking in the distance. Raiden tells a frustrated Liko to chill out. Vike begs for Nagisa to kill him. He refuses, keeping Vike alive. Kaede finds a slingshot, fires at Kana with such precision it takes her out of this game. Midori bashes Toko's head in with a mace. Where'd you get a mace from, Midori? Oda questions his sanity. Sato diverts Mahiru's a hello. The music like glitched for a second for me. I hope it didn't glitch for a second for you guys. If it did, hopefully you heard it. Diverts her attention. Interesting that Sato diverts Mahiru's attention and runs away as well. That's why the music glitched. It was like, what is this? Why would she do that? Boss freaks out completely upon seeing a painting of dogs playing poker. She's gonna put it in her room. I confused Sumiya for Hilda. How? Look, they're both from the same franchise. They both can ride flying mounts. Pretty sure Hilda can ride a flying mount. I think maybe she can ride like a wyvern or something with her axe. I think maybe. You know what? They both wear pink. I'll get them. I got them. Oh, good. Munakata receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a sword. That's dangerous. You gave a sword to that man, so he's gonna win. Ryoko freezes time. I'm sorry. Her freeze ray stops time. It isn't an ice beam though. That's too Kurumada for her taste. Wow. You smoked that, mans. Put him on blast. Izzy makes a Danganronpa rewrite where Rantaro's the protagonist. I think that's probably a rewrite that a lot of people have made. Minamimoto receives a hatch from an unknown sponsor, Sarah chews too much gum and dies of horrible stomach pains, and Nagisa cannot survive the summer heat and dies of heat stroke. We will proceed. Another 11 gone. That brings us down to 31? I think we're at 42, maybe? That sounds about right. It's a Clear Day Loon 4. Yasuke, La Senora, Togami, Marie, Jack, Ruruka, Ibuki, Kanon, Toko, Sarah, Nagisa. Everybody's statuses will look at him. Tinko is still in for brute force. Do you remember still has both of their competitors, and it was yeah, there are 31 left. I was not tripping. I do enjoy not tripping sometimes. It's my favorite. It's my third favorite activity. Bob Squad's completely in. Mama and Daddy, stop daddy. Seeking Justice with Taka, Friendly Fisticuffs Kurumada, Unhealthy Obsessions Cory, Pinky and the Brain Katoko, Offspring of Chaos Gundam, Beauty Sleeps completely in. Sugar Daddies, Izuyoi, Concealed Blades, Sayaka, Royal Shepherd, Sonya, Unhinged Commanders Munakata, Broken Braids, The Raiden Shogun. The Trial still has Pennyworth, Accident Prone, Sumiya, Alice in Wonderland, Boss, Detectives, Licorn, Pancake Palooza completely in, Trapper and Trappy, Nagito. Book Club, Shingcho, Minamimoto, Well Traveled completely in, Daring Devotee still has Oda, Romance is Dead with Kai A Day, and that is the lot who remain, and we must keep going. There are 31 competitors. It feels like we're getting close to an arena event. We've had, what, 4 days? 4 days? Oh, we're getting, quote me on it. Arena event, quote me on it. During this round, and under the cover of darkness, Kaede spies on Sumi at the start of Night 4. Maki grabs the Raiden Shogun by the throat. Goodness gracious, Paimon tracks down and kills Sato, rest in peace. Rantaro never wants to hear Megalovania ever again. Uh-oh, good luck with that. Taka treats his infection. Nagito threatens Munakata with a good time. Kurumada wants to speak with the manager of AV's Wares and despairs. I knew it! I knew you, of course you would do this! After Rantaro was like, I never want to hear this again. Of course you would, wouldn't you? Is there no camaraderie, no solidarity between green-haired brethren? He never wanted to hear it again, but Midori said, let's do it. Chiaki sees a shooting star and wishes Pennyworth didn't exist. Come the morn, Pennyworth slowly fades from existence. Tinko attempts to sneak into the back room of Yoko's items and misfortunes, but gets seen by Ryoko, an employee of the store. Vike gets bonked on the head. Sayaka finds a wish ring and wishes that Izuo's neck would snap. Somewhere in the arena, Izuo's neck suddenly snaps, killing him. Mondo sets up a rival store for AV's Wares and despairs. Of course, a member of the entourage would try and do that. Minamimoto reminisces about the Year of the Horizon. Boss asks Sonya to help her go to sleep. Sonya lifts her up, drops Boss onto her knee. Boss is out cold. Oda finds an Etch-a-Sketch and somehow ends up breaking it in frustration. Gundam eats a whole turducken and hopefully can walk it off during the game. Chie unleashes her ultimate move. It devastates Xingqiu, Katoko, and Ganyu. Mahu gets infected with a despair disease. Mahu starts clinging to Liko, and Cory sets up camp for the night. And as we go on to day 5, Sumiya finds the remains of a Viking ship, a pirate ship in fact. Munakata asks for my soundboard. I granted, and he throws an epic dance party with Chie, Vike, Sonya, and Chiaki. Tinko stabs Oda with a sword, revives him, repeats the process until the wish ring burns her hand. Oda runs off, still alive, thank goodness for him. Cory receives pancakes from me. Gundam smacks the taste right of Nagito's mouth. Minamimoto gets a hold of my soundboard. He's like, I'm tired of this violence, and plays the Ben 10 theme song again. As Kurumada receives a hatch from an unknown sponsor, Ryoko holds the Raiden Shogun's head underwater, but the Raiden Shogun grabs her arm and pulls her into the lake with her. Both tributes are unable to kill one another, so they both simply swim away as Paimon pushes Midori off a cliff during a knife fight. She said, "No more Megalovania!" Rantaro slurps fast applesauce nice. Taka gets smashed in the head with a crowbar by Liko. Goodness gracious, as Kaede and me, we go way back. Sayaka receives fresh food from her mysterious man dressed as a wizard. Mondo throws sand in the eyes of Mahu, causing her to go temporarily blind for the rest of the game, and Boss discovers a cave. We are down another 8. And it is indeed a Claire Loon. 4. I kind of wanted to finish. I do want the song to finish because it's gonna be like Clear Loon 4. Sato, Pennyworth, Izuyoi, Xingqiu, Kotoko, Ganyu, Midori, Taka. We'll check it out. Another 8 are gone. That brings us down. Where were we before? 20. Hold on. Yeah, we're at 23. I was gonna say we're less than a standard size game. I know that. As we still have Tenko from Brute Force. Do you remember still completely in? And so are the Bob Squad. So good on them. Friendly Fisticuffs, Kurumada. Unhealthy Obsessions, Corey. Gundam Remains for Offspring of Chaos. Beauty Sleep Stars, Chiaki. Concealed Blade, Saika. Royal Shepherd, Sonya. Broken Braids, Raiden Shogun. Unhinged Commanders, Munakata. Accident Prone Stars, Sumiya. She hasn't had an accident. Good on her. Alice in Wonderland Stars, Boss. The Detectives, Licorn. Pancake Palooza, Mondo, Trapper and Trappy, Nagito, Minami Maru, I'm sorry, yes, Minami Maru has Minamimoto, Well Traveled completely in as well, Daring Devotees still have Oda, Romance is Dead with Kaie Day, and that is a lot of competitors who do remain, and we must proceed. 23 remain. Will the feast come up this round? It's a possibility. It is a possibility. Will we see any, like, crazy point calculations, crazy point multipliers this round? Let's find out. Let's proceed to Night 5. Rantaro confesses how much he has come to love Liko. Liko's like, no. Paimon, Vike, Corey gain the Triforce. Each take a piece for themselves. Vike had the Triforce of Courage already. Now he's got the Triforce of Wisdom. If he also gets the Triforce of Power, he'll have the whole Triforce. Paimon's got Courage, Vike now has Wisdom, technically, and Courage, and Corey has Power. Tenko makes a banquet for Kurumada and Ryoko. They both love the food. Mahiru buys every single version of Uno from Avi's Wares and Despair. Sumi has a dream in which Munakata's plotting to kill her. Well, he's got that sword for it. Throughout the entire night, Mondo tells Nagito a bunch of useless fun facts. It's probably about motorcycles. Boss commits tax evasion. Well, she can get away with it. Chie throws what they think is a Molotov at Oda. Oda, turns out the Molotov is just a rag, it's not even on fire. Gundam brags to the Raiden Shogun that he has 70 alternative accounts. Who would've thunk? Who would've thunk? Chiaki and Sonya exercise under the stars. They invite Minamimoto, who promptly murders the both of them without witnesses. Sayaka receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor, and Kaede finally finishes her novel. Will proceed. It is day 6, and Paimon's unknown sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends. Mahiru spends the whole day walking around in shoes made of Lego. She is truly transcended beyond humanity. Minamimoto seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Oda puts cat ears on Mondo. He's embarrassed, but so embarrassed, in fact, that he actually dies. Cat ears aren't that embarrassing. Tenko plays patty cake with Nagito, Kaede, Vike, Gundam, and Sayaka. Talk about their hobbies. Ryoko, Munakata hunt for other tributes. The Raiden Shogun glares at Boss and says, do you want to die? Boss is like, yeah, no, I'm gonna leave. Corey wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Liko sits down next to Corey and has a talk with him. Rantaro steps on a Lego brick wall barefoot, and he does indeed perish. In a feat of amazing strength, Kurumada crushes Sumiya with a boulder. Chie screams Sumiya's name in anguish. Will proceed. We lost 5. Another 5 are gone. That brings us down to 18, and it's a Clear Day Loon 4. Sonya, Chiaki, Mondo, Rantaro, Sumiya. Let's see everybody's statuses. Not a lot from Blue Team. Or, no, there's actually plenty from Blue Team at the very start. There's, in the first, like, 3 teams that remain, there's 5 people from Blue Team. Friendly Fisticuffs for Red Team. Kurumada. Corey also for Red Team. Offspring of Chaos for Blue Team. Gundam. Concealed Blades, Red Team. Sayaka. Broken Braids, Blue Team. The Shogun. Unhinged Commanders, Munakata. Red Team. Alice in Wonderland, Boss, Blue Team. Detectives, Licorn, Red Team. Trapper and Trappy, Nagito, Red Team. Minami Maru, Minamimoto, Blue Team. Well-Traveled, Blue Team. Paimon, Daring Devotees, Oda, Red Team. Romance is Dead, Blue Team. Kaede. It's honestly low-key a kind of even split, but I think the advantage is on Blue Team just barely. But anything can happen, especially as we proceed. You want the advantage going into the feast because that's a higher likelihood that you'll pick up one of those totems, that you'll use one of those totems, and it'll be a grand old time for your team. Let's proceed and see if anything like that happens. It's almost time for your saving grace picks, but not quite as we go on. As Kurumada misses his planned meeting with Minamimoto, has a sad feeling in his chest. I remark on how well Liko's doing. Surprisingly, Munakata dies instead. Oh, yeah. It's opposite day. Forgot about that. Mayu has no weakness at the apartment complex, really? The Shogun finds it quite simple. She already bought a house. Ryoko looks at the nighttime sky. Nagito finds a big red button. Much to his disappointment, it does nothing. He had a death wish and he was like, nah. That's a sad. Paimon is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. I believe that. Vike thinks about winning. Oda dresses up as Cory but breaks out in cospox. Cory does his laugh. Tinko buys a deed. There's so many homeowners this match. So many people. Are they starting a small neighborhood? I'd love a small neighborhood with the people who got houses this time around. Gundam etches a sketch in a tree. Boss takes this as a threat. Sayaka uses the. It's already October. Someone already did that, Sayaka. Stop stealing their vibe. Stop trying to jack their swag. Kaie Day asks Chie to help her go to sleep. There's been so many GTSs, so many goes to sleep. Chie lifts Kaede onto her shoulders, drops Kaede's head onto her knee. Kaede is out cold, will proceed again as Minimoto eats cheese puffs. Paimon uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of Nagito. It fails because there's nothing to suck out. Mayu makes a dirt statue. Ryoko knocks over the head, so Mayu decapitates Ryoko and uses her head instead. Cory receives fresh water, clean water in fact, from an unknown sponsor. Vike starts planting seedlings in his garden. It's a little late in the season for that, my guy. Kaede throws sand in the eyes of Sayaka, causing her to go temporarily blind for the rest of the game. Raiden Shogun steals from Liko while he isn't looking. Gundam breaks down, starts weeping. Unknown reason. Oda tries to console him. Chie makes a deal with Tinko. Boss doesn't believe in palindromes because they don't exist, because Boss, she's wise. She's the wisest person here. And Kurumada's hat matches very well with his giant robot. You what? That's fine. That's fine. Kurumada's got a giant robot. That's okay. We'll proceed. It is 2 cannon shots. We only lost 2. We're down to, I believe, 16. As we had a quick Claire de Lune 4. Munakata. Ryoko. Unhinged commanders are out, but I believe, as we see everybody's statuses, Vike still remains for Do You Remember? And that is that. That's all that happened this round. We can actually just keep on keeping on, right? There are indeed 16 people left. Just gotta do a quick double check on that all the time. Slow scroll. We're getting close to that feast. Might not even be an arena event today. We might be vibing today. It might be a vibe episode in Orteal as we proceed. It's night 7. Minimoto is drinking his hot chocolate. It's so good that Minimoto doesn't stop until he has a sugar overdose. Rest in peace. Sayaka finds a strange notebook on the ground. Writes Cory's name in it, and Cory dies of a heart attack. She found my Jinx note. Vike's reflection distorts to show him his true self. Is he pleased with what he sees? The ghostly howls of wolves wake Oda up. Chie thinks she is the protagonist. In actuality, Mayu's the protagonist, and Chie is the quirky comic relief character. Dang! Don't do that to her. Boss and Gundam start prepping for Spooky Month by doing the spooky dance. Well, technically Spooky Month is here. 2 tributes have changed into October. The Raiden Shogun teaches Kurumada and Liko how to use ice magic. How do you know how to do that, Raiden Shogun? I thought you were a Electro. Okay, you do your thing. Paimon finds a big red button, pressed it immediately. Fortunately, the button doesn't do a thing. Nagito and Kaede get into a heated argument. Nagito has had enough of Kaede's crap and kills her, and Tinko actually bleeds out due to untreated injuries, and that brings us to the feast. And the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Will anyone pick up a totem today? There is a chance, but Kurumada decides not to go. Nagito ambushes Maru, kills her. Goodness gracious. The Raiden Shogun throws a knife into Paimon's chest. Goodness gracious. Chie pushes Vike off of a cliff during a knife fight. Goodness gracious. Liko decides not to attend the feast. Boss steals Sayaka's motive and burns it in front of her. Oda sets off an explosive, killing Gundam. Nobody picks up an advantage totem. Will it happen tomorrow? Perhaps. But for right now, we'll proceed again. As Oda kills Kurumada as he tries to run, Liko hangs up mistletoe in the arena. The Raiden Shogun chases Chie around with a mace, and Sayaka, Nagito, and Boss discuss the killing life so far. We are down quite a bit. Are we at 7, I think? Yeah, we're at 7. After this Claire de Lune, the final Claire de Lune of the episode 4. Minimoto, Cory, Kaede, Tenko, Mahiru, Paimon, Vike, Gundam, Kurumada. We'll see everybody's statuses. There are, and I'll do one more of these. I'm like 99% sure there are indeed 7 people remaining. I do believe it's 7 different teams, correct? Yes, 7 different teams as well, which means it's time for you to make some new picks. Your picks might not be doing so well, but if they are, good on you. If they're not, saving grace picks. Bob squad trying to make a name for themselves in what is likely their last season. Chie tries to hold on strong to that hope for blue team as well. As we go on, red team sees freaking Sayaka. Concealed Blades, she is here. 3 KOs to her name. Can she get the Concealed Blades to tag team championship action? Or even yet, can she help close the gap between blue and red? Broken Braids sees the Raiden Shogun for blue team. She has never found glory in these games. She's relatively new to these games. Could that all change today? Alice in Wonderland for the fan vote. For the fan vote. They want you guys to get that nice fan vote. Can they do it? It's a possibility. We'll have to wait and see. The Dude Detectives Licorn for red team in his first season. Could he pick up a big win for his team? We'll have to wait and see. Nagito for Trapper and Trappy. Setsuna's first season, but it ain't Nagito's first rodeo because that man is a former tag team champion. He knows what he's doing, and he wants the gold again. This time with Setsuna to the side, it's a possibility. He's got to get into that championship match to do so. And then we see the daring devotees Oda just made a grand return in Somnium Files, the Nirvana Initiative. I'm not through with it, but we're getting there. And we've seen Oda, and he's back. Will he win this time around? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. That's your final 7. Go ahead and make your picks for first, second, and third. I'm gonna make mine as well for first place. Give me Alice in Wonderland fan vote. I think it's going to be boss time. It is going to be boss time. Boss time ain't over. Boss time continues today. It will be boss time. It's not a prediction. It's a dang spoiler. Give me Licorn in his very first season, getting his very first win. I do believe that is what is primed to happen. And third, give me Chie. Chie's had a strong game. Chie's got 6 kills and Chie's had a strong game, so I think Chie might actually survive this one and win it for blue team. But I'm going to pick her for third because I think she's going to come just short, but those are my picks. You've made yours. And I can say that technically, it's still Chie, Sayaka, the Raiden Shogun, Boss, Licorn, Nagito, and Oda. All caught with a steely determination and the same heartbeat as that of a samurai woman. Shall we? I think we have to. I think that's something we have to do. Let's go and click proceed and we'll see what unfolds. We got Sayaka berating Chie for not protecting her better. How could ya? Boss rigs Raiden Shogun's shelter with explosives but accidentally trips over the detonator and blowing herself and the shelter to smithereens. But does Shogun survive that one? Is she in her shelter? We'll have to wait and see. Liko hesitates to go Nagito, so Nagito blows himself up with a grenade. Okay, well, I see that. And Oda gets my soundboard but is killed for breaking the fourth wall. Rest in peace. We will proceed and we see the Raiden Shogun does survive, and Sayaka and Liko engage in an Agni Kai. Sayaka wins, leaving Liko completely incinerated. The Raiden Shogun discovers a river, and Chie attempts to do a cool skateboard trick, but ends up with her guts splattered on the pavement. And just like that, we're at our final 2. It is Sayaka, and it is the Raiden Shogun. And does it end? It does not. Instead, we have a showdown between these two. And it is indeed a terrible turnabout for Boss, Nagito, Oda, Liko, Chie. It's your final 2, and it's red versus blue. Oddly enough, who got that? Blue team took third. Like I said, Chie taking third. I said that was gonna be a thing. That's the thing that I said that it was gonna be. It was a thing that was going to be. And now it's a battle between first, and it is between Sayaka for the Concealed Blades, and it is between the Raiden Shogun for Broken Braids. And I must ask you one thing, and one thing only. And that is just who will it be? Sayaka? Shogun. Sayaka for Concealed Blades, for Kai for Edelgard. They want to make their presence known. Sayaka wants to make her presence known. Sayaka knows Now this whole season, this whole shebang is leading up to AV Mania. She knows that it's the Entourage versus the Squad, and she knows that the best way to throw a wrench into those plans is by making sure the Squad's #1 enemy takes a win this season. And you know what? That makes us conflicted, doesn't it? We have to handle the Entourage, but then there's Sayaka, trying to take a win and trying to take some titles. Could we stop her? I don't know. But she's got a very powerful person standing in her way. It is the Raiden Shogun. For Broken Braids, for Shinho, and for Kyoko. The Raiden Shogun tries to carry on. Tries to make this game last an eternity. And tries to make her own eternity by becoming tag team champions. Etching her name in history for all of eternity. Could she do it? It's a possibility. There's one step to get there, and that step is winning this game. Will she do it, or will it be Sayaka? Shogun? Sayaka. Concealed Blades. Broken Braids. As we proceed, we get a conclusion, and that conclusion is the Raiden Shogun finds a wish ring and wishes that Sayaka's neck snaps. Elsewhere in the arena, Sayaka's neck suddenly snaps, killing her, which means as we proceed, it all ends. The Raiden Shogun has saved us from the Sayaka win. And for that, she is your winner. Representing Blue Team, earning some big points for, extending the lead ever so slightly, she came out on top. For Shinha and for Kyoko. And of course, for Blue Team, and you know what, kind of for the Squad because she stopped Sayaka from winning, the Raiden Shogun takes the win. Congratulations to the Raiden Shogun. Congratulations to Broken Braids. And as we proceed, we see she's done it. She outlasted freaking Sayaka at the last moment. She found a wish ring and she said, I wish for this game to be over and for me to come out on top and for me to make my way to eternity. To immortality, forever etched as champion. She could do it. It's a possibility. But congratulations once again to the Raiden Shogun and to Broken Braids. And Sayaka got second place. Chie third, Licorn fourth, Oda fifth, Nagito 6th, Boss 7th, Kurumada 8th, Gundam 9th, and rounding off your top 10 is Vike. And we can bring up that bracket. That tag team bracket. Blue team extends their lead. They jump up to 87 points. Red team behind them in 73. But you know what? One championship match could change that. One finding of the totem in this simulator or in Orteal could change all of that. Or it could help Blue extend that lead. Ladies and gentlemen, will any of these things happen? We'll have to wait and see till tomorrow's episode. Or until Sunday's OC episode, because OC action does return this Sunday. Singles action. It'll be a good time. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But let's do a slow scroll through everyone else. Paimon, 11th. I'm not going to name the rest of these 87 or 88 competitors. We're just going to scroll down. You'll see where your picks lied, where they finished. But we got to scroll down. We'll see. We'll see it all. Raiden Shogun carried on for a long time. Kyoko was in 80th place, and the Raiden Shogun truly outlasted, played smart, played wisely, and won this whole shebang. Hina last place in an episode about the Sharks. Apparently she was swimming with the Sharks and it didn't go too well. We'll proceed once again though. And ladies and gentlemen, it all started with Rantaro getting sealed in a barrel by Ruruka and Ruruka blowing up Hina. But Rantaro lived. But he didn't live all the way until the end. The one who lived until the end was the Raiden Shogun with the Wish Ring. The Wish Ring actually popped up quite a bit today. It doesn't pop up too often in this simulator, but it popped up quite a bit. So did buying houses. There were a lot of things that, there was a lot of continuity, a lot of shovels in the bloodbath. Interesting. It was an interesting match. I'll give it that. It was a longer one, but it was an interesting one. We'll proceed once again. And there's our list. District placements. Broken Braids in first, Concealed Blade second, Bob Squad third, the Detectives in fourth, Daring Devotees fifth, Trapper and Trappy in sixth, Alice in Wonderland in seventh, Friendly Fisticuffs eighth, Offspring of Chaos in ninth, and rounding off your top 10 is Do You Remember, the 21st night of September, and she had the most KOs. Oda had 4, Saika had 4, 3 for Genocide Jack, 3 for Corey, 3 for Minamimoto, 3 for Nagito, Paimon, Toko, and Taka, and everyone else with 2 or less, but it ain't about KOs, it's about the big winner, and the big winner was Broken Braids and the Raiden Shogun. We'll go back to the Reaping? We'll go back to the Reaping? We're going back to the Reaping. Congratulations once again to Broken Braids. They will head on to that championship match, and they carried on some big points for Blue Team. What will unfold? I don't know, but I'll see you all tomorrow for Orteal action, and this Sunday as OC action returns, singles action this Sunday. The rest of our singles competitors will duke it out, potentially for the OC championship. We'll have to wait and see. Until then, stay classy. Year of the, pardon me, Pablo, my baby boy, Zenith, Toon Link Day of Anomaly, the Anomala Cars, AV Mania right around the corner. But until then, toodaloo, flight crew. Thanks for watching.